Yo, what's up, sleepers? It's your boy, Eddbedhead, here in the Sleeping Cinema. And today, I have with me...
Otacon, I'm very low energy today because I woke up like an hour and a half ago.
What? We also have Backstab246 here, also known as Aleksey.
Who's that?
It's me.
Oh.
Neckbeard.
Yeah, Neckbeard246.
Oh, that's how I know.
Now, there will be timestamps in the description for our review if you want to skip ahead to that. But for now, let's buy some tickets and grab our favorite concessions. So, how's your guys' week been?
It's been all right. It feels very weird to record this like at night.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, we're recording this Christmas night. Yeah, that's right. We're out here working hard for you even on Christmas. So to bring you guys the best movie review podcast.
I've been just playing, more PS5 games. A lot of Fortnite. like too much Fortnite at points.
How?
It's
Why?
still fun because I like stress over some of the challenges that I just want to get out of the way.
True.
What other PS5 games? Oh, this is not a game podcast, so maybe I shouldn't ask that. I did watch a few movies this week, so.
Ooh, we'll get to talk about that at the end.
If I can remember, I just remember one at this point. Other than that, I didn't do much. I went over to my parents yesterday, I guess, and today, and going over to grandparents tomorrow, I guess. So, yeah, exciting week.
Hell yeah.
For me, it's been a slightly busy week. I mean, it's Christmas week, so there was a lot of preparation to be done.
Yeah, you guys actually wrap your presents.
Yeah, May wraps the presents. I just had to pick out what I'm going to get for people. And then, also just been working. And then when I get home, I also play Fortnite, but I only play like an hour every day to complete the daily challenges. Because I want that free Spider-Man skin.
Yeah, that Spider-Man skin is
It's
awesome.
not even free because you pay $10.
For the, Battle Pass.
Yeah.
But I'm level like 30 now, so slowly getting there.
Here's my idea. If I get the battle, I'm not going to get the battle pass until I actually hit level 100, so that when I do get the battle pass, I already have the skin unlocked right away.
I mean, yeah, that works.
Yeah. You have until March, so you got time.
Yeah, but I'm slow.
Is Fortnite cool again? Question mark.
It is.
I'm actually enjoying Fortnite because it's web slinging. So that's the only part I'm enjoying.
And today,
yeah.
Well, this episode is not going to go out the same day, but today, which is December 25th, Aleksey will be streaming Spider-Man PS4.
Oh my God! Finally, bro. What the
I'm
fuck
hyped.
took you so long?
He's gonna be wearing his Spidey mask
the whole time.
Oh, that might be tough, but I'll do it. It might be a little tough, but I'll do it.
Do you eat snacks while you're streaming?
Not this time around because I'll have to take my mask off for that.
Oh, because I wanted like the image of you like eating like cheese snacks and
just smashing them on your mask.
Yeah, there's just a big cheese stain on your face.
That'll be epic. But other than that, it's been fun Christmas week with you guys. We got to hang out yesterday for a little bit, and now here we are again.
It's a lot of social interaction. That's not for me.
May and I started a puzzle yesterday.
You guys gave up real fast.
I hung in there for a little bit longer.
Y'all were tired yesterday too.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
movie didn't help.
Yeah. With that, let's take our seats and let's get into these trailers. So any new movies, TV shows, or video games you guys are looking forward to?
The Owl House coming back. I'm so happy that it'll come back soon. That's about it.
You're still trying to get me to watch that, and it's on my watch list.
Bro, let's just rent out a movie theater like area and just put the show on there.
That'd be dope.
This is the segment where we're talking about what we did, right?
No, this is the segment where what you look forward to. I literally said it 2 seconds ago.
I had a brain fart, okay? There's nothing I'm looking forward to.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've got nothing I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's for new media. Yeah, there's not much that's been announced this week because, it's Christmas week. Nothing that I'm particularly looking forward to, but just enjoying life. All right, let's talk about the first trailer. So the first trailer we have on the list is the Harry Potter. What is it? Reunited.
Is it a
thing.
It's a movie,
No, it's an event. It's basically
Yeah.
like
but it's like an hour and a half or something.
yeah, it's not an actual movie. It's like
an interview.
documentary.
It's a special.
Yeah,
It's a special. There we go. But yeah, what did you guys think about it? We just watched the newest
excited.
trailer.
Yeah, I'm excited
Harry
for it.
Potter 20th anniversary return to Hogwarts.
Like,
I'm fine with it.
I don't watch stuff like this normally, but Harry Potter is one of the few things where I want to see like the behind the scenes. I want to see how everything's done. I want to see this reunion where they talk about their experience on set.
seeing all the cast together
Yes,
again.
I want to see that because I don't know. Harry Potter's just that good, you know. You
It's
just
built different.
Yeah, it's built different.
no. I mean, it looks fine. They didn't show much in the trailer. It was just them talking.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really hear them very well. But it should be fine. I watched all the movies except for the new ones.
Yeah, the new trilogy. Yep. I didn't watch that one either, the Fantastic Beasts series.
But I don't have the same connection with Harry Potter since I didn't watch them when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I watched them all in like a big marathon
Oh,
like a
yeah,
year
that's
or
not
two
the
ago.
same. Yeah, that is not the same. Like when I watched Harry Potter, I went to theaters as they were coming out as well in the later movies.
It just seemed nerdy to me when I was growing up. I'm like, yeah, it's just this freaking loser
And now
boy
look
with
at you.
magic.
And now look at you.
It kind of was. Like, I remember reading the books, and people would be like, wow, you actually read this? And I was like, yeah.
I tried to get into like one of the books, and then I got it from fucking what's it called, the Scholastic book fair. Yeah. And it was I read like I don't know 2 chapters, and I'm like, I'll read it later, and then it's been like 5+ years.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's been a while for me too. Yeah, but other than that, looking forward to it. It's gonna be on HBO, I believe so.
Yes.
So that's gonna be fun. The next trailer we have that I didn't write down, so I don't remember the name of. What was it, Aleksey?
I think it was here. I'll open it up.
We are so unprepared for this
yeah,
episode.
it was called
It was kind of like a
Norseman, or where is it?
the Northman. Yep,
A
Northman,
surprise
something
one.
like that.
Where'd it go? There it is. The Northman. Yep.
What do you guys think about that trailer?
Bro.
It's let me find the description for it real quick so I can introduce it for you guys.
I don't even know who the director is. Robert Eggers. You guys ever heard of him?
No.
No,
Yeah,
I haven't
I don't know.
either.
Basically, I'm not sure how I feel about the movie. It doesn't look great. I
Just
like
from
the
the
time
trailer.
period and everything, and I like Vikings and all, but this movie just does not seem good.
Vikings are cool to me, like on a very just like aesthetic level. But
yes, that's the main reason why, because I like the way they look.
I'm not really into like
I like
All right,
the
stories
here's
based
the-
on it.
Here's the description. From acclaimed director Robert Eggers, The Northman is an epic revenge thriller that explores how far a Viking prince will seek justice for his murdered father. Releases in theaters April 22nd of 2022.
The first hour of Valhalla is better than this movie's trailer.
I'm still going to give it a shot. I think it looks cool.
I mean, that's a pretty big like
And what's her name?
claim.
Let me find it right here real quick. Her
It's a 2-minute trailer or something.
So
Well, I'm
Willem-
saying because the story is the same as the first hour of Valhalla.
Willem Dafoe is in it. Anya Taylor-Joy is also in it.
Yeah, I noticed her. Yep.
Did you ever
Alexander
play?
Skarsgård.
Did you ever play Hell's Blade?
No, I don't think so.
It's like a Viking, like kind of like God of War style gameplay, where it's about some like chick who like goes through like schizophrenic episodes and has to deal
We have
with that type of stuff, like even in that time period,
Come say hi.
Yeah,
trying to
I was
like
gonna try-
self-diagnose or not like self-medicate in ways that that modern medicine couldn't help them.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to watch this movie. I mean, I'm not too into Vikings, but I do have an interest in it.
Bro, these fucking stupid memes you're showing.
All right, but moving on. What are you guys' thoughts before going into the Matrix movie, Matrix Resurrection?
I was never the biggest fan of The Matrix. I all like. There's a lot of dumb parts in The Matrix.
I do too much to hype things up sometimes, and it backfires
You
miserably.
totally do.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's true.
So
Alexis is always on the hype
I-
train.
Yeah, I was excited for this.
Like, especially considering your Kingsman movie is apparently garbage. And I told you like last week, you were like, "Yo, the trailer looked kind of ass in the theaters, but I'm so hyped at what they've shown. It looks so amazing and whatever."
That's the problem with a lot of these.
I'm easily hyped up, okay?
These movies these days. It's like a lot of them are for continuing the story. There's just a lot of cash grabs.
They just gotta show you one dude getting blown up, and then you just
Like, oh, that looks awesome. I want to see it now.
like these titles that continue to carry on, just like they get progressively worse. Like every once in a while, you get a good movie like Spider-Man: No Way Home, but there's also like 100 Matrix Resurrections or like Kingsman movies that continue the story that are just like bad cash grabs. And I don't know. I guess I'm giving too much away right now by saying that.
Yeah.
But the first movie of The Matrix was very iconic. I also didn't like the slow-mo in the trailers. It kind of felt outdated. Like a lot of the special effects that they used. Yeah, it's iconic to The Matrix, but I don't know. It just felt too old school for me.
Yeah, there was. Obviously, I'm gonna just wait for anything in Matrix now, so I'm not gonna say.
And
anything.
before we went in, we were just chilling here.
Yeah, it was a chill environment. We were
To be
here
fair,
literally last night.
Our movie experience is a lot different. I feel like the way we watched it was very good. Like it was in an entertaining way.
I feel I would have
Even
enjoyed
though-
it more in the theater.
Would you really have said that?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe because we would have
There's a lot of
distractions.
different stimulus and dogs running over puzzle pieces.
That's true. You were not paying attention for like half of it.
Yeah.
So with that, let's get into the spoiler-free review. So, spoiler-free review of The Matrix. The Matrix Resurrections was released December 22nd of 2021, starring Keanu Reeves, Carrie Ann Moss, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen, directed by Lana Wachowski. Rated R. Plot summary: return to a world of two realities. One, everyday life. The other, what lies behind it. To find out if his reality is a construct, to truly know himself, Mr. Anderson will have to choose to follow the White Rabbit once more. What are you guys' overall thoughts on the movie without getting into spoilers?
It's a very mixed bag where I like some parts and then there's definitely some other parts that were kind of
I had
ass.
a lot of
agreed.
opinions in this movie about certain characters and the way they looked and stuff like that.
Yours were all
I was all over the place with this movie.
You were bipolar as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. As for me, overall, without getting into spoilers, I thought this movie was like, it started off really interesting to me, but then it didn't go anywhere, and it just, I don't know, it was kind of disappointing. The first like half hour I was into, and then everything went kind of downhill for me after that.
Yeah, totally.
So, I mean, it was cool to see these actors return, but
And some of them definitely not return.
yeah, some of them definitely not return, and I don't know, it seemed kind of like a mess to me.
Mm-hmm.
You could have looked it up on the other tab.
I could have.
Bro, are all these SpongeBob memes that you're showing all sexual?
I don't know. They might be.
All right, so what do you guys rate The Matrix Resurrections out of 10?
5.7.
Like a 6, 5. No, 5.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with 5.5. So let's compare to some online ratings. The critics for Metascore gave it a 65 out of 100. Meanwhile, Rotten Tomatoes Tomato Meter gave it a 69%. Audience on IMDb is a 6.1 out of 10. And Rotten Tomato audience is a 70%. So the average of all these scores is 66.25.
Really? That's higher than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a nostalgia factor in it. So a lot of people enjoyed that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe too much.
Yeah, maybe too much. Now, before we jump into the spoiler-free review, like, comment, subscribe. Also, check out these guys on their social media. Their links are in the description below. We are also on most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere at any
Are
time.
we on y8.com?
What is that, Y8?
You don't remember that Y8? It's the Flash games.
Okay. Vaguely, yes.
Are we on
Max
Miniclip?
Games. No, maxgames.com.
Oh my
Are we on
gosh.
miniclip.com?
We're on unblockedgamesforschool.com. No, let's get into the spoiler-filled discussions. Let's take an in-depth review of The Matrix Resurrections. All right, so let's start at the very beginning, where Keanu or Neo is kind of like in the Matrix, and he's not fully aware of it, but he knows something is off. So basically, in the first like 10 minutes, they explain that the last 3 Matrix movies were all just a video game that Neo had created.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was trapped in this everyday reality where he didn't really know what was real. He kind of had like it seemed like,
They forced blue pills on him.
yeah, they forced blue pills on him, kind of made him feel like he was crazy for all these things because he kind of believed them, but he knew it was crazy to believe in them. Or at least he felt that way because that's what everyone was trying to convince him of. And so, yeah, what did you guys think of those first few scenes?
It was definitely interesting seeing what was trying to go on and seeing how they would piece this together, especially since Neo died in the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
We find out why
and how
he's
they,
back.
Yeah, how they were going to explain how he's back.
Yeah.
And just seeing, like, having yourself, like, just doubt, like, yo, are these actually just video games? And like,
Yeah, that's what I was really into. The first half hour had me like, whoa, are they really going to say that these last few movies didn't actually happen? That maybe Keanu is actually, or Neo is actually crazy?
yeah, and I was starting to believe it because the Matrix MMO that came out some point in, like,
A long
back in
time
the-
ago.
Yeah, back in the day. That's actually canon, and the ending of the MMO was that Morpheus died in the MMO, and they kept that in this.
I like how Lambert Wilson was back in this movie as well.
I don't know who that is.
The Italian.
Yeah.
The French.
The French man.
I
Italian
hated
guy.
him.
Yeah.
I hated him.
All right, up next, let's talk about the scene where Neo actually breaks or escapes the Matrix.
And this is spoiler free still.
It's spoiler filled now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Neo breaking the Matrix. So after kind of being forcibly removed by the Matrix from like the survivors of the Matrix,
Mm-hmm.
they unplug themselves and they try to unplug Neo. At first, he's resistant because he doesn't believe what's happening around him is actually happening, especially since his therapist is trying to convince him that everything that's happening is not real. But eventually, he does break free from the Matrix by actually watching the original Matrix movie scenes.
Yeah.
And so then he's actually able to escape and return to the last human bastion.
I thought that the part where they show the movie clips, I thought it was fucking awful.
It was not good.
It was lazy.
It was very lazy.
I think because they're doing this whole meta thing, like oh they'd force someone else to make a Matrix 4 if I wasn't attached to it and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and just them showing the old movies as an excuse to like, yo, maybe this will jog your memory of how you used to be back in the day.
What sucks more is that this movie was like it also premiered on HBO Max, and they promoted the original trilogy for like months on end.
Yeah.
And so obviously people who are going to watch this movie, or at least have a bigger interest in it, have watched or going to watch the original trilogy. So
the nostalgia factor wouldn't have played very well into it.
that, and
Either.
it's also fresh in your mind. So it's like, I'm watching this again, really? Like, we watched it like what, 2 months ago? So
Yeah, something like that.
even then, it's still fresh in our minds, and
It does such a poor job at the same thing that Spider-Man did, because instead of just showing you like, hey, there's this old thing that you used to like, don't you like it now? We're showing it and like referencing to it instead of doing something new and interesting with the old material that you used to have.
Yeah, I think they were just too scared of hurting fans by maybe changing too much, but
Neil Patrick Harris is really good.
yeah,
I liked
in
him,
that
yeah.
first scene too.
After a while, yeah, towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he's really good.
Some
It's-
people didn't like him for some reason. I don't know.
I think he's a good actor.
I
and
liked him.
He played his role really well.
I might be biased because I just love Neil Patrick
All right,
Harris.
so
in
what did you
general.
guys think of New Morpheus, though?
The new Morpheus was interesting.
His introduction as well.
I still don't fully get it. Why is he Morpheus if the original Morpheus died?
I don't get that either.
He
I
could have
also
been his own character.
I didn't like his suits at all, and I didn't like since they were portraying him as Morpheus, I didn't take him seriously because he was too aloof. I felt like, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's also like part of the Matrix. He's
Yes,
a
I get that
program.
he was originally an agent that had its mind basically blown open,
Mm.
and basically now it can think for itself and everything like that. But even so, it's too aloof, and it did not feel the same as like the original Morpheus. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I don't know. They could have made him his own character, and that would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I liked him better than the original
Really?
Morpheus, up like to a point, because in 2 and 3 he was kind of lame.
Yeah, that's true.
And everything that has to do with like Zion or anything that's like not in the Matrix, I think it's fucking boring. It looks disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
like
there.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to look disgusting, but it's not interesting in any way. It's just a bunch of gray, a bunch of shitty technology. It's fucking boring.
What did you guys think about some of the robots actually working with
I didn't like
the
that.
human survivors?
It's a concept.
It's a concept, but I don't.
It
I
was
didn't
not
really like it.
executed well.
That, and I understand that this is like, what was it, like 60 years in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
obviously stuff changes where they're obviously able to hack some stuff and get the robots on their side and all that. I still didn't like it very much because if they can do that, why not just
Do it with all of them or something.
It's not very fresh in my memory, but I feel like there was something related in the Animatrix where
It's been a long time since
it's like a
I've seen that.
CG one where they turn they like plug one of the machines into like this like simulation
Mhm.
where it tries to force it to like learn the human experience. So then they could probably gain some sort of sympathy towards the humans and maybe help them in some way. So maybe that's tied to this also, but I'm not completely sure
Yeah,
because
this
I
whole
don't
thing
remember it.
This whole thing's really convoluted.
And it feels like it's convoluted just for it to be confusing. And there's nothing like really anything else besides that.
Yeah.
They just want to make you confused.
Just-
So then they show you this like little pop off, and then you're like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" And then you're like, "Yeah, I still don't get the
Yeah, it's
story."
like
And the
this-
story that I do get is kind of boring.
yeah, the actual story is boring, and
And I was surprised
quite
that
a few
Aleksey
flaws.
didn't notice that the Matrix is just a fucking love story.
I never noticed that, no.
yeah, they really went hard on it.
Well,
for
I
this
knew that
one.
there was a romance in it, but I never knew it was a love story.
They explain it in the second one, where
Yeah.
he has the option to save.
Well, I get that part, but I just thought that was like part of one of his decisions to make, like
And,
save
like,
the world or whatever.
everyone-
But still,
Everyone hypes up fucking Trinity.
I hate
and
her.
They always hype up Trinity and Neo, and I don't see any sort of a spark when it comes to their
No,
relationship.
It's forced.
It feels completely forced.
I was
even in
thinking the
this.
exact same things when I watched the original
It's
trilogy.
fucking dull.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool, the one shows up. We gotta have a love interest for him now.
Basically, it was like, oh, the Matrix isn't real. You look cute. Do you
And
wanna-"
in this one, it felt so. I don't know what's the right word. It's we
Out of
already said
place.
forced, but
Out of
it's
place,
more than
maybe?
that.
Isn't it weird how pathetic the fight scenes are in this?
They're
this
so
movie?
yeah, we can talk
long.
about that next.
They're
So
not just even lengthwise; they're pathetic.
So next, I want to talk about is basically Neo going back into the Matrix
Mhm.
to look for Trinity, and then they get into a big fight scene against these agents. So what was the Agent Smith, right? The new
There's
Agent.
Agent Smith, which is Jonathan Groff.
There's a new Agent Smith.
Yep. Well, it's the same character technically because the original actor didn't want to come back for some reason. I don't know what.
Yeah.
what
So
this-
Agent Smith, who's played by a new actor, comes back into and he actually like breaks the Matrix.
yes,
because-
because he's a virus and
Yeah,
within the
Ne-
Matrix
Ne-
at this point.
Neo sparks him into gaining his sentience again.
I guess like in lore explanation could be like, since he's like better now,
Mm-hmm.
that he got younger because of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
And so they engaged in this battle, and this is the scene where I felt it dragged on way too long. It was a half-hour battle, basically, Neo versus new
Whoever the
Agent
fuck.
Smith.
Yes, but the battle wasn't even good because Neo had like none of his powers, and all he had was like pushing his hands towards and creating a blast. And
It
that's
was
all
so
he ever
lame.
does.
That
It's
shit's
lame.
so lame.
Yeah, he
Also-
basically used the Force for and badly at that.
Also, I didn't realize this until it was pointed out to me in a different review, just because I tried to see what other people were trying to say.
Mhm.
Apparently, Neo doesn't hold a gun at all in this movie.
Oh yeah, that's weird. He came strapped in the first and the other
Yeah.
in the trilogy.
He doesn't use a single gun. And there's like a billion guns everywhere.
Yeah.
They probably just didn't want him like to go full Keanu. No, they didn't want to go full John Wick.
But he was a gunslinging maniac
yes,
in
I
the
get
first
that,
one
yes.
too.
Yeah, that was the best
And his
scene in the first one.
And is now like he's gathered a ton of like gun training experience that would better help serve
Yeah,
these
the
scenes.
moment he probably picked up a gun, a surge of memories will probably come back to him. It's like, oh, that's how I do it. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, that would have been better because this fight scene dragged on for way too long, and it had Neo on the edge.
And it's weird how like pathetic the agents are. Like they were like this almost unstoppable force in
And
the
this one,
first
they're just
movie.
getting mowed down.
They're just like kind of like randos.
Yeah, even like because these agents are supposed to be only the chosen one is supposed to be able to like technically fight the agents and all that and get out unscathed. Basically,
Yeah, that blue-haired girl was able to
But
escape them like nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost everyone was able to fight them off. Like, oh, these guys are literally just low level mobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was also weird how like you guys were talking about all these agents have like ARs and stuff, and everybody, all the human survivors only have like pistols and stuff, and yet none of the agents can hit the humans, but the humans can hit them with pistols.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, I couldn't distinguish the agents really from the fucking swarm of just the random people that they
One thing that I
controlled.
didn't like they didn't do, I don't know if it was a budget issue because every time an agent showed up, they're able to just like say there's a normal human there, right? The agents take over that body and the face transforms into that of an agent. They didn't do that in this very much. Only time they did it was like with Smith. He did that a few times. That's about it.
Two more things happened in this scene as well. So one of them was the French program coming back, which is what Aleksey was talking about earlier.
The more Vingian.
Yeah, whatever his name was. He returns as an old man, which I don't really understand why, if he's a program, why he's like so aged.
He was part of the original, like, past Matrix, because there's different versions of the Matrix,
Yeah.
and there's different versions of, like, the chosen ones.
I also
which I
don't
failed.
get why he was fighting Neo. Like,
don't-
He just showed
I
up.
don't remember much from that either.
He just showed up and was like, Neo, you're going
He's
down.
a villain. Basically, Smith found all of, like, Neo's worst villains and brought him in to try and stop him or kill him.
But
They
this,
spawned in a bunch of random people who
Yeah.
did nothing. Like
Pretty
that
much.
French guy, he just yelled at people. He's like,
In
"Kill him!"
French.
He didn't do anything.
I mean, but to be fair, that's what he did in his in the second movie too.
But like, why even bring him back at that point?
I don't know, for nostalgia, I suppose.
Probably, that's exactly it, yeah.
And the second, which is the most important thing that happened in the scene, is Neil Patrick Harris reveals himself as
That
the
was
villain.
great. I really love that scene, actually.
So he is the new creator of this new Matrix,
The analyst.
the analyst, and he's able to basically, manipulate the Matrix at his will, and is able to basically freeze time while Neo is able to do nothing. And it's kind of a powerful scene because it shows like he's trying to pretty much coax Neo to come back into his cocoon.
Mhm.
Because he's showing him, he has Trinity hostage, and he's like, I could kill her at any second.
Yep.
And all you have to do is come back. And
What
everything
is
will go
the
back.
reason why he wants Neo still?
Because both of them,
He generates a lot of energy for the
Yeah.
machines.
Oh, okay.
basically more than ever before, because he's able to keep.
It's basically like the Monsters Inc. equivalent of Scream.
Yeah. He's like, I found the perfect way to cause fear in them, and that's like the best way to get the energy. Yeah, pretty much. And it was a cool reveal. But his little gimmick was kind of overplayed. He's like, look at me, I'm the Flash.
Fucking love Neil Patrick Harris.
He was great. All I saw though was the guy from Harold and Kumar.
Sick.
All right. Next, let's talk about.
I like the Sonic hair chick.
Oh my, Sonic hair girl. The
Yeah, you
captain.
wanted to
She was
fuck
cool.
Sonic.
Bro,
The
chill out.
captain.
But I thought she was a cool character. At first I was
Yes.
like, but then I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, let's talk about that scene. So
And then her
basi-
hair was boring in
Yeah.
the real world.
So
Yeah.
what's her character's name here?
I believe it's
Obama.
what?
No.
Sick.
Is it Bugs?
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
Oh yes.
I don't see her.
So Captain Bugs basically returns back to the human world or the human hideout and is trying to convince the new leader, which is what was her name now? Wow. So many characters to keep track
Oh,
of.
there it is. Yeah, Jessica Henwick.
Basically trying to convince the commander to let them go on this like reckless journey to try and free Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they do manage to break her because this is the scene I don't understand. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. Because there's like this machine that comes in and convinces the commander, but the machine is...
That machine was Morpheus, I think, right?
It was controlled by a lady whose name I don't remember.
Are you talking about
Like a blue
Sadie?
bird looking thing. Yeah.
Sadie?
Oh,
Sadie.
I
Yes.
barely remember that.
So I don't even understand what was going on here. Yes,
Yeah,
it was
I didn't
Sadie.
understand that scene very much.
So she
either.
was also in the Matrix. I think
original?
she's like the new fortune teller.
the Oracle.
Yeah, she's the new Oracle, basically, is what I'm thinking. Except she plays more of a role in this movie, because in the trilogy, the Oracle's kind of laid back. Is like,
Yeah,
you know,
she
you're gonna
was,
do what you're gonna do anyway.
Man,
Yeah.
there's so many useless characters in this movie.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on with that.
Like they talk
I
to
just
them and they're like, "Yo, what's up?" And they're like, "I don't want to be part of this." And then,
Yeah, that whole scene back in the human world is kind of dumb.
and then
too.
they're like, "Yo, look, we made these fruits out of the Matrix. Ain't that fire?"
Yeah, they're like, we made food, we made statues for y'all, Neo.
"We don't gotta eat that horse shit.
We're your
back on
biggest-
Zion."
They were basically like, we're your biggest fan club, Neo. We missed you.
Yeah,
we missed you, but we're gonna lock you up now, so you can't do anything more.
Yeah, but eventually they do convince the general.
They
or the
didn't
commander.
convince. They broke Neo out.
Yeah, and then
And then they convinced
her.
him.
Yeah, and she basically let them go and save Trinity. So that brings us to the ending scene already.
Before this,
this whole 2.5 hour movie, huh?
knowing that this, like after you told me that it's a love story, I really did not like it. Like at all. My satisfaction level for this movie went down significantly after finding out it was
what
a love
about in
story.
the first three?
Even then, I'm now that I'm looking at it from a different perspective, it's a much
it's a dumb love story. too.
yes. So
Fucking
that's
lame.
because it was better when I'm just looking at it as a simple action save the world type of situation, not a love story.
Yeah,
Trinity was never interesting.
No, she's not. She's a
To
boring
me.
character.
she's
Especially
got
in this
cool
movie.
combat skills, but that's pretty much it.
No.
But anyways, continuing
She
on.
did the kick.
So basically, they get back into what is the world of the machines called?
Fuck
I'm
if I
so
know. Just
I'm
real
so
world.
unprepared for this.
Just real world.
Yeah, they go back into where they keep the humans captive, and basically they try and free Trinity. To do that, Neo goes back into the Matrix along with his crew, and they're actually able to convince Trinity because she also sensed that something was off. At first, she was hesitant, just like Neo was, but eventually she realizes that her family isn't actually her family.
I thought that scene was bullcrap, man. That entire when they're in that coffee shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to her. She says, "No, I'm going." And then next second later, she's like, "You know what? I changed my mind. Screw you guys. I'm going with this guy." Like that scene was so dumb.
I like the coffee house name. It was something latte.
Oh.
I forgot though.
Something about Matrix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. It was a very cool. It was a very funny name.
Yeah.
that we can't even remember.
Yeah.
Well, this podcast
Well,
is off the rails.
kind of like the movie. There's
This
some,
is an off the rails podcast here.
Not scripted at all.
Non-scripted. This is
We don't script any of it.
We normally have
Yeah,
more of
usually
it,
I have the basic outline of the movie down, but I have nothing in my notes.
We have
This is
nothing.
all from memory. So, yeah, basically they go back in and they save Trinity, and she somehow gets the powers of the One as well during this fight
and
scene.
it angers me so much. Just thinking about it right now makes me feel rage.
Jeez, man.
I
You don't like
have
women
rage in me
being
right now.
empowered?
No, shut the hell up.
You
bro.
said no.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
shut up, bro.
You don't like them breaking the
don't
glass
like-
ceiling.
It's because I don't like Trinity. I don't like her as a character.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, she breaks the Matrix. Or no, she doesn't. Yeah, she kind of breaks the Matrix because Neil Patrick's or the analyst basically freaks out because he knows he's fucked. Because,
He's basically losing his power at this
yeah,
point.
but with both these people back together, reunited, like they're kind of unstoppable.
Yeah, they held hands and then the thing went boom.
Yeah, basically they literally held hands and the world exploded for a second.
So dumb.
And then so he just went like full apocalypse mode. The analyst went full apocalypse mode on this.
Then it
duel.
becomes a zombie movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that scene dragged on.
I did like the
forever.
part where it
They
got
did-
hardcore and they had like people.
Yeah, jumping out of the windows.
Yeah, they were human like bombs basically, or they were human like hazards.
Yeah, that scene was cool.
That scene was cool. It went hardcore for a second, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Neo and Trinity escape to a rooftop where they both like, this is it. This is the end. And
Yeah,
they both,
and it was implying that like, yeah, Trinity's gonna have to die here.
yeah. Except she has the powers of the One now and is able to fly and save Neo.
It's a cop out.
And
bro.
they both fly away, destroying helicopters and basically saving the day.
Oh man, that
Was there
ending
any
scene was.
consequence here?
Huh?
Was there any consequence in this movie?
I don't know.
So
I don't want to think about it.
So once they save Trinity, bring her aboard the ship and bring her home, they go back into the Matrix, both of them having the power of the One, and tell the analyst, we're going to change this world for the better.
And it was kind of cringy
Yeah.
the way they were talking to him. It was weird.
Are you going to pay?
And then they fly away together with some butt rock music in the background.
Yeah, that was so cringy. That was so cheesy.
Well, to be fair, didn't they do the
Yeah,
exact same thing in the first movie?
and I didn't like it there either.
So what are you guys' what are you guys' favorite moments in this movie, if there is any?
That's a good question. I guess my favorite part was like the little compilation where you see Keanu like dealing with his own like mental stuff
Yeah, that
with
was
the
pretty
pills and that.
I like the part where
I like the song. I know that May doesn't like
yeah,
the song.
I like the
I
song
got used to
too.
the
I
song.
like it. It's catchy.
Yeah, I got used to it. After a couple of times hearing it in the trailer, it grew on me.
It's dope. It's still stuck in my head.
My favorite part is probably when Neil Patrick Harris reveals who he is.
Yeah, I think that's also my favorite scene.
Yeah, that's a good scene too.
The big reveal. What are some moments that you guys think should be cut from this film?
All of it.
A lot of it, yes. A lot of the drawn-out fight scenes.
Definitely shortened down, especially the ending one. That one was like 40 minutes or something.
Yeah, that was like
At least it felt like it.
The movie felt extremely long.
Well,
I fell
it was,
asleep.
uh,
I fell asleep
no
my first time.
reason.
It was
Yeah.
2 hours 27 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long movie for no reason, really. Like,
Oh,
not
and the
much
end credit
happened.
scene should have not have existed. Remember
Yeah.
the end credit scene? Was
Yeah.
like, is there an end credit scene? I was
Oh,
like,
the
what hell?
cat videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so stupid.
So stupid.
Like, why
was
did you guys put that
worthless.
in there?
It was worthless.
The cat tricks.
What are you guys' final ratings
It's a
for this
5.
movie?
I'll go down to a 5.
I think I'll go with 5.3. All right, let's take
You
a
go
look.
down by 0.2.
Yeah.
I went down by 0.7.
Let's read some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it a 4 out of 10. Back
Okay.
then, the first Matrix movie was revelation. For sure, one of the best movies made in the 90s. I also like the sequels a lot, despite some flaws here and there. Anyway, The Matrix Resurrection is what I expected and feared. A very mediocre movie compared to the original trilogy. Who needs this one? Why was it even made? The story was told, and Resurrections adds nothing really new or any good. Like that new Resident Evil fail. This one, I watched once, and I will most likely never put on the screen again. I will take the blue pill and forget its existence.
LOL. XD.
Blue pill all the way, bro.
That reminds me that Ethan was like hyping it up because he had the HBO sponsorship.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what he thinks about the movie. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie shouldn't have been made. I don't know if the fact that they were like poking fun at the fact like they would have made it without me, implying the director, if the Wachowski wasn't in part of the film process, that they would still make the movie.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to salvage what she could of the film.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't really blame her because she made a good trilogy.
And what happened to their sibling? Did they just not want to come
What
back
siblings?
on?
Well, it's made by the Wachowskis, so...
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
But this one only has the one that I
Lana.
saw the credit, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't blame her, but I didn't look too far into the actual production of this film.
Yeah.
This Metacritic reviewer gave it an 80 out of 100. Forget what you think you know. The Matrix Resurrection is a twisty meta-narrative anchored by a love story for the ages.
Screw the love
for
story.
the
Who
ages.
does-
What
For
the
the
fuck?
ages.
Bro, he must be watching a different movie entirely.
This love story was so fucking shoestring. There was nothing of no one gives a fuck
You
about
have to
Trinity
tell me there
and
was a
Neo.
love story too. You have to tell me that.
They have no chemistry.
This Rotten Tomato audience gave it half a star. They should have just left it alone.
Yeah, they should have. It was already bad enough with the last 2.
And this Rotten Tomato critic gave it a fresh.
What?
There's a love for the characters Neo and Trinity in The Matrix Resurrection, and the film offers no shortage of commentary, which is a good thing.
There's so many cringy like attempts at comedy, like with the Tiffany Trinity name thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of... It was out of place because it wasn't really used in
Mhm.
the original trilogy from what I remember. Not really any jokes. It was all mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
So with that sour review, let's check out our previous podcast. If you've enjoyed this one so far, we upload new episodes weekly. Also check out our Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated. Now time for a spoiler-free review of A Boy Called Christmas. A Boy Called Christmas was released November 24th.
I'm sorry, guys.
Of 2021, starring Maggie Smith and Henry Lawful,
I'm
directed
sorry.
by Gail Keenan.
I apologize.
He seems so genuine too.
Rated PG plot summary. In this origin story of Father Christmas, an ordinary boy with a loyal pet mouse and a reindeer at his side sets out on an extraordinary adventure to find his father, who is on a quest to discover
I'm truly
the
sorry
fabled
about this one,
village
guys.
of
Just because
Alpha.
he looks like you, is that why you picked
No,
the
I
movie?
What are
wa-
you guys' overall thoughts on A Boy Called
I thought it was going to
Christmas?
be good.
It
Okay.
had some weirdly dark tones.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
the trailer when I first saw it, okay?
It's fucking boring.
But I am truly sorry for this.
Yeah, it was kind of a generic story.
Not
There's-
even that.
There's no
It was awful.
real suspense.
I
or-
mean, you're not alone in finding it interesting. It's number 8 on the top 10 Netflix movies
Yeah.
of right now. So
this is why Netflix is dying. They
Because of these
they
movies.
continuously put out mediocre content, and when they were the only streaming platform, it worked because they were the only people to go to.
plus they weren't doing too many projects at once. It was like
But-
maybe 1, 2,
Yeah.
3.
But now that we're in the age of the golden age of streaming, we have infinite options of so many
Seeing
other
as
things
the
to
trailer
watch.
was actually good and all that, I really enjoyed that. And then watching this, man, such a letdown.
Yeah, there was no real suspense or reason to why any of the things should happen or happen.
Why was this made?
It was pretty disappointing, and it had a bit of potential, but it ended up being nothing special.
It had no potential. None.
What are you guys' final ratings out of 10 for this movie?
I give it a 1. That's a generous
I give it a
rating.
2.
Really?
I gave it a 3.
What?
Let's compare to some
The
online ratings.
the dad actor was fine.
Yeah. Let's compare to some online ratings. The critics from Metascore gave it a 61 out of 100. The Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter is an 83%. Meanwhile, audience on IMDb.
83.
Meanwhile, audience on IMDb is 6.7 out of 10, and Rotten Tomato audience is 60%.
What movie are they watching?
So
They want something to put on during the holidays.
the average of all these scores is 67.75.
Bro, what are they watching, dude? They're not watching the same movie I
It's
did.
because their mind is numb compared to watching The Christmas Story for the 8th billionth time.
Fair enough. Before we jump into the spoiler review, like, comment, subscribe, and check out our previous episodes. We're on most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere, at any
Are
time.
we on the Nintendo cloud service?
That'd be dope.
We're in the cloud.
We're in the cloud. Let's get into the spoiler-filled discussion. Let's take an in-depth review of A Boy Called Christmas. So let's start off with the scene where Aunt Ruth comes to visit. So Matt has to go away to work on Christmas Eve, leaving his children to Aunt Ruth to watch. The children allude to their mother not coming for Christmas. I didn't pick up on why, though.
She
I
did,
guess
bro.
I wasn't really paying attention. Well, maybe.
That's,
Aunt Ruth,
that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
She did.
maybe she just left them.
No, she's dead. The
Aunt
way
Ru-
they're portraying it, she's dead. She died. She passed away.
Aunt Ruth sits the children down in the rooms and tells them a Christmas story. So this is where it's kind of like a movie within a movie.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then there's another movie inside that movie.
So this story kind of tells the story of the very first Christmas
Three boring stories.
yeah, from the perspective of these people. Let's start it off with Nicholas searching for his father. The king declares that they need some sort of magic to
They
save
need
the kingdom. Nicholas's father jumps at the opportunity. They come from a family of poverty, which is why he goes on the king's journey. Nicholas is left with his horrible aunt who mistreats and abuses him. Eventually, he leaves and his talking mouse and new reindeer in search of his father. The way they quickly gloss over everything is just jumping to all this new stuff is too much for me.
Yeah, no. There's so many scenes where like I just mentally checked out where I become that SpongeBob where the one that one.
Oh my god!
I just can't focus on the movie and I've fallen
It's not
I took multiple
Here.
naps throughout the movie.
I had to pause the movie multiple
Is it this?
times.
I mean, if that lady who was telling the Christmas
No,
story
it's
to
not
those
showing.
little kids, if it was supposed to make them fall asleep,
They
it's a
didn't do
good
it.
story to tell.
Pretty much, yeah.
Does a bang up job.
So, what do you guys think about the mean aunt mistreating the little boy,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Nicholas?
very. Why was she mean?
Yeah.
Why
I didn't really
did
give a
they-
reason. she's like, all right, I hate you. Get out
Yeah,
of
that's literally how it feels like. The
Probably
actor's
because they had
not
to
bad.
take care of them while the dad
She
was
just
away.
seemed-
I don't know.
Angry for no reason though.
She made him eat his own radish. Which was the
You
last
know, one
toy
thing
his
I
mother
found
gave him.
very funny is the grandma was telling the story, but then the father was telling the kid a story. So they had a story within a story being told.
Pretty much.
So I found that very funny.
or the scene where the mouse was like, or he was like, why haven't you talked before? He's like, oh, I had to learn one word at a time.
That's me.
Sick.
And it was kind of convenient how he started talking when
Yeah.
Nicholas was alone.
I thought that was stupid.
Mhm.
And then he met a reindeer who wanted to be his friend. Basically
Yep.
let him journey on his back.
Just to have an animal friend, so it's not as depressing.
So they have the story of Santa.
And your little mouse friend too. Little mouse had decent CGI.
Yeah.
They were kind of funny too.
Yeah. Nicholas saving Elfheim and Christmas. So the king's men have captured an elf, sending a lot of the elf kingdom into a fascist frenzy. The new leader of the elf demands Nicholas to leave, and when he finally does, he finds his father took part in the kidnapping. At the sacrifice of his father, his reindeer flies away from the evil humans to save the elf, returning him to Elfheim.
Alfheim? Helm?
Elfheim.
Not Alfheim. That's Norse.
Some of the acting around that scene was kind of stiff. Like I don't like
Some of it The entire movie.
Yeah, the whole movie, but more so because that guy with the staff.
Yeah.
I didn't like him a lot.
I didn't like him either.
I didn't like him a lot.
They needed him so that so Christmas could get his powers.
Bro, what were you gonna say?
Santa.
Bro, spoilers. Yo, relax.
Yeah, let's just jump to the ending. Basically, at the end of it, Nicholas, if you didn't already pick up from his name, becomes Santa because he brings a little elf home, and then all the elves are like, "Yay, here's toys!" And then
so dumb, bro.
he brings them back to his kingdom, and the king's like, "Awesome, let's deliver them all to everyone tonight."
The kingdom is so dumb. Like, he's like, guards. Oh, they're probably not even in there. Like, what kind of guards protect their king like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know who asked for a Santa Claus origin story.
This origin story is pretty
have is good. What was that one called? Just Santa, wasn't it?
Which
Santa
one?
Claus, the one with Tim Allen.
Yeah, I like those as a kid.
I like those, but they were more comedic. And,
Yeah, that was a good Santa origin story.
and it wasn't like an origin story because there was already a Santa
Yeah,
before
but
him.
that was a cool origin story for
Yeah.
that
He
He
character.
just killed Santa and put on his
kills
clothes.
Santa. He kills Santa.
Isn't that a boring ass story where you have to do some random bullshit?
You don't go on a quest.
He
You become
kills
Santa,
Santa.
and they force you to do
He
the job.
starts gaining weight by somehow, and he's like, "It's a good movie. We should have watched that." And say, why couldn't you recommend that, Aleksey?
Because we've already seen that. We didn't see this.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, though.
still saw
I've
it,
seen The Grinch. Oh wait, I've only seen it once, and that was the time we saw it.
Yeah, this movie. What was your guys' favorite moments?
I didn't have one, bro. This
I
movie
didn't
was
have one either.
straight
mine's-
ass.
I guess
was the credits.
the mouse scene where he's like in the house messing around with the shit. I
Fucking
guess,
hated this. I'm so disappointed in this movie.
bro, why didn't you act better in it then?
All right, what would you guys have changed about this movie then?
It should have been Santa Claus.
Should have been Santa Claus.
Should have
the
been
movie?
Tim Allen instead of that little boy.
I feel real shame for recommending this movie.
If it was Tim Allen, go it'd be better.
All right.
Shame.
What is you guys' final ratings for this movie?
It's a 2,
Is it 2?
It's -4.
bro.
-4. Wow.
That
This
ain't on the
movie-
scale, bro.
Like, the reason why it hit me hard is because I generally wanted to watch the movie. I've been
You've been
recommending
hyping it up all month.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
again, another movie you hyped up.
I didn't hype it up. I said I just wanted to watch it because it looks good.
Yeah, hyping it up.
I think I know why this movie was bad. I think.
Whoa.
Oh, that is a little weird buzzing.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. I think Nicholas was Mephisto the whole time.
Yo, that makes more sense. Okay, I'm gonna give this movie a 7.
Bro, think about it. The only way all this magical shit was happening around
You know,
him.
if you rearrange the letters in
You
Santa,
guys are
see-
not gonna let me
Did
live
you
this
see
down.
the way
It's
his eyes
spelled-
lit up
You
in
guys
that
won't
one
look-
scene for 2 seconds?
Did you know that muck backwards spells Santa,
What?
and that Mephisto backwards
Shut
spells
the hell
cum?
up, bro. You guys are not gonna let me live this down.
Bro, if you looked into Nicholas's eyes in the...
You could see the ripples in the sky in his eyes.
Yeah.
He
He's
knows
evil
Spider-Man's
power.
identity.
You can see his power. If you guys look when he was signing his name, it said, "I am Mephisto."
And then he became Will Smith in I Am Legend.
All right, let's read some highlight reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it a 5 out of 10. Oh, wait, this is the wrong movie?
Bro.
This is how unprepared we are. All right.
Bro, these
we-
SpongeBob memes aren't hitting.
No, they're not. They're all inappropriate.
All right, let's read some real reviews. All right, you guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
Oh, that is too long. Some people like to leave essays. Hey, leave the long talking to us, guys. What's going
Whoa,
on?
That's trippy.
All right. So this reviewer gave it 9 out of 10. Really loved it. What a great way to tell it like like this. Beautiful scenery. I love the mountains and the snow. So it was really a feast for me. It's a real must see.
I love the snow.
And it was not that scary.
What?
So the kids can see it too.
What?
That was the review.
What?
Like it might be more. I don't know. Like
It does have
more
some serious
accurate
moments.
to
The traditional tale?
old. the old shit. I'm like, I don't care, man. Just give me my Coca-Cola Santa.
All right, this Metascore.
It should have been some fucking Coca-Cola man giving the boy a Coca-Cola, and then he becomes fat, and then he becomes a spokesperson for Coke.
You will become fat.
Exactly.
This Metascore reviewer gave it an 88 out of 100. A Boy Called Christmas is a resplendent Santa Claus origin story with a star-filled cast, sumptuous visuals, and some melancholy details.
Bro, someone broke out the
being
fucking
too sugary. The encyclopedia.
They broke out the thesaurus, bro.
All right, let me check. Let me open up the Rotten Tomatoes here. Thanks, Aleksey, for this awesome movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And these sick memes that can't be applied to anything in this review.
Are you laughing though?
Yeah, but no one listening to this would understand why.
Yeah, they're not even seeing it.
Well, yeah, you're right.
And they're all like oddly sexual.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't know why. Every time I see it, it's never that bad.
Did you log into the computer?
What?
Was it in your bookmarks?
No. All right. This reviewer gave it this Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a rotten. It is a film that leaves you yearning to delve into the riches of its unknown worlds, but lacks the propulsion to actually get the audience there.
It does not do that.
It is boring.
The world building is crap.
It's a bunch of snow.
And this reviewer, this Rotten Tomatoes audience member, gave it 1 star. It has a good message and a couple very famous actors.
What's the message?
God, this movie is hard to watch. I've never watched a movie so hard to watch in a while to make an account just to give it a poor review. They made this account just to give it a poor review. The acting is atrocious and looks so fake. The movie's plot had so much potential, but the execution is shit.
It did not have potential.
Bro, when I pulled up the movie, I was with my sisters, right? Mm-hmm. And because I was like, yo, do you want to watch A Boy Named Christmas with me? Because I don't really want to watch this by myself. It looks fucking lame. Yeah. And then I pulled it up, and then immediately they're like, yo, this boring ass fucking movie. And I just scrolled through the timeline, and they just kept going like, bro, why is it, like, even on the timeline, just looking through it looks fucking long and boring.
I'm sorry. I apologized already. What more do you want from me?
Did not recommend bad movies.
It's not my fault. They happen to be butt.
All right. Check out our previous podcast if you've enjoyed this one. We upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out our Patreon. Now, time for content we've seen this week.
I watched R.I.P.D.
What are some shows or movies you guys watched this movie?
Yeah, I watched R.I.P.D.
Bro, watch Owl House for fuck's sake, please.
It's like I go out of the way to watch anything except Owl House.
I'm begging you to fucking watch this show.
It's almost as if I go out of my way to watch everything else but Owl House.
This is garbage. Next, you're gonna tell me you watch Bright.
Watch me do that now.
The fucking Will Smith movie with the blue
I know
guy.
that movie's bad, so I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
What's R.I.P.D.?
It's a movie about Ryan Reynolds, who is a dirty cop, gets shot by his partner. He goes, heaven basically abducts him and forces him to work as a cop in heaven.
Sick.
What?
Yeah.
All right. What do you rate it out of 10?
I give it a 6.
All right.
It's a comedy, so.
Okay, so it's supposed to be stupid and funny.
Yeah. I mean, it tries to take itself serious at moments because obviously it has to have a plot. Mm-hmm. But I gave it I gave it a 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I give it.
So what else did you watch this week?
That's the biggest thing I can remember at this time, yeah.
What about you, Jesus?
I played Fortnite with you guys.
I played Fortnite.
We're talking about what we did, what you watched.
I watched Amphibia. I watched
Okay.
4 episodes. It's a good show. It's still in its phase where it's like, like random little hijinks. Mm-hmm. But I know it goes somewhere just based on like what my sister told me. So I'm excited for that.
What do you rate it so far?
It's a 7 right now, but I think it has the potential for something a lot better. Like maybe a 9.
Ooh. Who do you recommend to watch this? Sorry.
Any person who watched Owl House, probably, yeah.
This has Gravity Falls references in it?
Maybe I'm not sure.
I'm looking at a screenshot right here. They're looking at the book of Dipper.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
There's a lot of the creators are kind of like they know each other in certain circles.
Gotcha.
I also watched the Pink Panther 2.
Oh my god.
It's a funny movie. It's a nice just comedy to watch, you know.
What do you rate the Pink Panther 2?
7.
All right. Why do you say 7? What about it?
Because you get exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for something stupid, something entertaining to watch. You get exactly that. The story obviously is not that great, but like I said, it's just entertaining. Don't watch it for the story. Watch it to be entertained.
Fair enough. I forgot what I watched, but I did just watch Dumb and Dumber. So
Oh, I watched a little bit of that with you as well. Yeah,
then what can I say? This movie,
it's dumb.
it's dumb, and that's if you're looking, like you said, for something dumb to just laugh at, definitely a good movie to watch. I was laughing at some scenes. It's ridiculous,
I don't like the gap in
and this audio has been weird.
I don't like the big gap in what's his name.
Lloyd,
In Lloyd's character, I don't like the big tooth gap he has.
is he supposed to look goofy?
I get that, but he looks just straight up stupid as fuck.
Oh,
He's supposed to. It's
I
called
get that,
Dumb
but
and
like
Dumber.
it's worse than that. Like it goes above and beyond.
I also watched YouTube stuff.
Did you watch Owl House again?
What YouTube
I would.
stuff did you watch?
I might rewatch it. I watched Mr. Gigi. He's a really good YouTuber. He did got introduced to him through the Predator Chronicles. I might have mentioned this like early on. Like doing funny bits, like going through the To Catch a Predator Chronicles.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like watching that stuff. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's funny. And from there, he's been like right around now. He's doing more like movie reviews. Which isn't completely my vibe, but like they're
It's not your vibe as we're doing a movie review.
well, exactly. That's why.
That's funny.
But like
we already do that.
But like I like watching his humor evolve, and like he has different channels, and I watch like his highlights of his stream.
All right.
And he's a good storyteller, and he does funny bits. You guys should check him out. He just released a plushie, and I bought it. I pre-ordered it.
You actually buy people's merchandise?
It's like the first piece of merch. I bought PewDiePie's merch.
Oh, let's go.
But besides that,
I'd buy Eddie's merch.
Hey, someday soon.
I say that, but I'm lying actually.
Someday
but
soon,
I'm
bro.
lying.
I would not.
We're almost at 2K on the main channel.
Let's
I
go.
noticed that.
Let's
Congratulations.
go.
I bet you're getting those from your reels though.
From my shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Some of my regular.
Your
stuff's
reels
doing a lot
are
better.
really doing good though.
Yeah, some of my regular stuff's doing pretty good.
That's good too.
That's
Well, that's
good,
because you're
man.
getting a lot of traffic through your channel because of that. So
let's
that really
go.
helps.
All right. So that is all we have for you guys
Very
today.
short stream.
Yeah, very short stream. So thank you for visiting the Sleeping Cinema. Peace out.
Next week we'll obviously have
Yeah,
more.
we'll have a different movie. We didn't even decide that. We're so unprepared that I didn't even freaking
Well, that's because we don't know what's coming out. Because
type that out. Let me
the
check
whole
right now.
holiday thing going on right now.
You know, I can't.
Sorry.
If
We're
there's
not
time,
done yet.
If there's time, I can't wait to watch that Kingsman movie that Aleksey hyped up.
Hey, I'm still gonna watch that. Okay.
It's gonna be so
All right,
good.
there's the tragedy of Macbeth
no.
coming out. That might be what we watch because it looks like it's the only one.
What about Sing 2?
Let's just do Kingsman.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm down for that.
That's all we have for you guys. Peace.
Kingsman next time. Okay, we got it. Peace out.
Peace out.
See you, man.